To do the Bring a Trailer challenge. And this time we've got sight screen slides so that we don't give anything away. I need goals. Pull up a chair.
Howdy, howdy.
I was going to ask you how you felt about your car, but I don't feel like you spent a whole lot of time in it.
Well, I was lucky to have some practice time before the feature race. The AMG is great. It's really predictable, and when it starts to slide, it's telling you before it gets too out of hand.
So you're happy with your choice?
Very happy with the AMG.
All
It's
right.
a great GT4.
I think you can pull it back out.
I think so. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Don't tell them.
We'll see what I think. The remote guys are really fast, and I know Conan can put down a serious lap.
You ready for your challenge?
Let's go.
Your Bring a Trailer challenge is either the 2012 Toyota FJ Cruiser or the legendary 95 Volvo 850 T5R wagon, home of the 5-cylinder engine. For those of you not familiar with the FJ Cruiser, it's what Toyota did in the years where they did not have a Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser, by the way, is back now, and it's now a 2-row SUV, not a 3-row SUV, and it's super sweet.
It is very sweet.
Notables from these guys, they both have about 50 and 90,000 miles on them, respectively. The FJ Cruiser has all the crap that you'd expect. It's got the dual-range transfer case, locking rear diff, silver fresco metallic over dark charcoal cloth. 4-liter V6, 260 horsepower, 271 foot-pounds. It is had a bunch of maintenance in 23 to replace the alternator, the drive belt, the idler pulley, and the battery. The Volvo was ordered with European delivery in Germany.
Oh, very cool.
It is one of, allegedly, only 49 T5R wagons that were finished in cream yellow, which, if I'm honest, isn't the most attractive color
Maybe
for,
not
for
the
a car
best color.
that's ever been made. It's a 4-speed automatic, and since the seller acquired it, they have done 11 million things to it, including lowering the springs, replacing cylinder heads. It's got a new sunroof, new radiator, new spoiler, new fog lights, new roof rails, a new traction control system, better side impact protection. So it's had a lot of time in the shop and done to it. That is a Viva Performance airbag steering wheel in it. It's got an aftermarket 140-mile-an-hour speedo, and
That is a fantastic aftermarket edition.
so my question to you, my friend, is which one of these cars sold for more money?
Oh boy. Well, I can only suspect you pandered this directly to me because you know my affinity for Volvos.
Actually, I should point out that I randomize the order of all the.
Oh.
So I build the challenge and then I randomize the order of drivers.
So it's fate. that
Yes,
brought me
you were
here
fated to
to
this.
this seat. Well, I think it's also very important to point out that this Volvo has 5 windshield wipers on it. You have the
5?
You have the 2 at the front window. You have 1 at the rear window, and then you have 1 little mini wiper per headlight.
Well, then we will divide the final number by 5 and find out what we're paying for wipers here.
Yeah, that's a I will say that the history of the Volvo doesn't scream good purchase to me.
All right.
Given a lot of those changes. My heart wants to go with the Volvo, but I know that if I were shopping these 2 cars and I saw that list of maintenance history on the Volvo, including things like lowered springs, I'd be a little amiss. I think I feel like the FJ Cruiser is the right move, but I have to follow my heart and go with the square body Volvo.
So you're going to go with the Volvo. Do you know what they say about Volvo people?
Oh no, here we go.
They're as nuts as Porsche people.
Hey, there we go.
By exactly $500. Goals, that is 1 challenge point for you.
More important, that is my first point.
That is your
of
first
the
point.
season.
It's your only point of the season.
I will take it.
Thank you, Goals.
Yes, absolutely.
Please send me Conan.
Can do.
Bring me a Conan. Making sure I do this right because I did it wrong last night and shortchanged Trap. Hi, how are you feeling about your GT4?
It is delightful.
Yeah?
That AMG is very fun to drive. It's an extremely good car.
Well, I have two other extremely fun cars for you.
Cannot wait.
A 95 Testarossa or a 91 Carrera 2.
What does ROW stand for?
We don't know because it's only used as acronym in this entire
In the entire
set
ad,
here.
be like, if you know, then you know.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So we're
Jonas.
gonna. I have some details for you that you will
Excellent.
appreciate. The Testarossa is showing quote 54,000 miles. As always, we don't know what that means. Most of those miles were under the care of its long-term owner prior to a January 21 purchase. This is obviously a 5-liter flat 12, which there is just literally nothing like it elsewhere in the history of the universe. Pininfarina body, yada, 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 3-spoke leather. At factory, the engine was rated at 380 horsepower and 354 foot-pounds.
Also 200 decibels.
Also 200 decibels, and it had its timing belt serviced in 21. The clutch assembly was replaced, and a transmission service was also performed in 21. And that is unfortunately all the detail we have on the Testarossa other than what's on its photocopied dealer card. We don't know why they don't have the original dealer card. Don't know if that makes a difference to you or not. The Carrera, on the other hand, here we go. 62,000 miles shown, and I say shown in this particular case because this is a French delivery 911, and it lived the vast majority of its life there. So it's probably something like 90,000 or 100,000 kilometers on the clock. Yeah, 99,000 kilometers. Was purchased by the seller in 23 and then imported to the U.S. So it lived in France for 20 odd years or whatnot, 30 odd years. Where are we here? It's got the 17-inch club wheels, club sport steering wheel. It is now living in Texas. Still has the manuals, a clean Carfax report, and for some reason the title is a Montana title, titled in the name of the seller's LLC.
It's very standard for not dealing with smog or taxes.
Yes, this is someone who knows what they are doing on importing cars, probably precisely because they wanted to bring it to, for instance, a bring a trailer type situation. It's a maritime blue, which is not a PTS at the time. It's on Michelin Pilot Sports, classic gray leather interior, and obviously this is a rear-wheel drive 5-speed manual, just like the Testarossa. And here's my favorite part of this description. The underside and the wheel wells were dry ice blasted in preparation for do you know what that is?
Yes, I do actually.
What is dry ice
It's
blasting?
exactly what it sounds like.
Is it sexual?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I mean, like, it depends on how much of a Porsche guy you are. But like, if you get in the undercarriage with a high-speed stream of dry ice,
It's literally you're shooting dry ice at the car.
Yeah, because
And
you want-
why would you do that versus like glass beads or anything else?
Probably because it leaves no remnants behind, so you have nothing to like be concerned about. You know, it just evaporates.
So it does not evaporate. It sublimes.
Oh, okay.
Sublimates.
I was
Which-
never a huge Sublime fan. to be honest.
It brings us back to the question at hand, which is Conan, which one of these cars sold for more dollars?
So can I have a question?
Yeah.
So I do not know what the generation of that year where the Carrera 2 fits in the Porsche lineage in that period.
Like,
of
are you
time.
asking me if it's a 930 or it's a 964 or it's a
Like, is the Carrera 2 like the base model of its time?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is
yeah,
it-
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
It's not a. I'm gonna say the Testarossa just because I think that. Thank you, Matteo, for pointing out that ROW stands for Rest of World. So it is an imported car. So I am going to lean towards the Testarossa. I'm going to say the Testarossa because I feel like it has a slightly less complex story, and unless there's something special about who imported it, getting a French 911 is probably not a big killer. So let's see.
I don't think the French are known for their German automobiles. I think they're known for something quite else. So the answer to your question is
Oh,
it's the Porsche.
Wow.
It's the Porsche by a pretty substantial
yeah.
amount, and the answer is Porsche people are nuts.
That's right. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like that's who wants to show up in that Ferrari.
Like
Like if you could show up in a Ferrari, would you choose a Testarossa? It depends on how much cocaine you have in your system.
my thought is as rare as a pristine 91 Carrera might be, it's a fucking Testarossa.
Right.
Like that is how many. Okay, you're an adolescent. You're in your bedroom, living in your parents' place. And you've got a poster of a car on the wall. Is it a Testarossa? Highly likely.
Right.
Is it a 911? Only a 911 turbo.
Right.
That is not a 911
that's what,
turbo.
like that's what gets me about this is like I wonder if there is something in the maybe the cocaine supply is just bad now. Maybe it's just the time of Ferrari.
I was very pressed for time this week, and so something I did not do is read the comments in the Burger Trailer thread.
Comments in the Burger
So if someone wants to read the comments and tell me what the true history is, please feel free. Conan, thank you.
Thank you very
No
much.
points for you.
No points from me.
Bring me Shote.
And may God rest my soul.
It is Cold War kids. Hey man, that was the Aerodrain. That was the thing. Shote,
Yes.
how was your GT4 experience?
Rough.
Why was it rough?
My feet hurt.
The brakes here are they will take 150 pounds of input, and if you're putting 150 pounds of input on the brake, it means you're also putting 150 pounds of output on the other side. So,
Turns out that's my entire body mass.
all right, your challenge for tonight, Shote, is, and yes, I assure you this was random. The 58 Ford 861 Powermaster, or Honda's K-Truck, a 92, which Drain is Drain, you're not allowed to have opinions until we finish the segment. Let me tell you about these cars. Cars. The tractor, the Powermaster, is powered by a 172 cubic inch inline four with a 5-speed manual. So you got to roll your own gears on this thing, which is pretty cool. It was acquired by the seller's family in 2005, refurbished completely in 2009. Rebuilt the engine, the transmission, the body, the drivetrain, the wheels. It has rear power takeoff, which I'm not a tractor guy, but I think that means that the axle will actually spin at the rear, and you can put tools on it that do things. So is that what that means? I think that's what that means. 3-point hitch assembly, independent rear drum brakes, reversible center dish wheels, no reserve in Pennsylvania with the bill of sale. And so it has seen both actual farms and also lots of salt. Nothing special about the steel. It's got all the gauges. It's gas fueled. And there are historical and refurbishment photos available upon request. Your K-Truck, on the other hand, here we go. This is the 4-wheel drive Acti SDX, which it actually says right up there. This is acquired and imported into the U.S. in 23. Subsequently, it was repainted in blue. That's kind of more of a baby blue or a sky blue, if I'm being honest. Reupholstered the interior in gray vinyl. It's got 13-inch alloys and an aftermarket muffler, and they've done something to has it been stanced? This K-Truck has been stanced, Shote. Also, what do we got here? Fold-down bedsides, window rain guards, and mud flaps. Wheel offsets, Drain says. Probably what happened here. It's got a 656cc inline 3, so one less cylinder than the Traffic, but like 400 more cubic centimeters. It was oil changed in preparation for this very sale. 4-wheel drive with a bazooka muffler, and you have to tell me which one of these costs more.
I want to walk through this logically. I'm seeing the number 1958, which means historic. I also heard the word historic and paperwork. It's been painted really nicely, and I have seen a lot of like documentaries about people, well, not from the 1958s, but just taking tractors and just racing them. So that's where I'm leaning.
You've done substantially more research on this than I have. So you're saying the tractor.
I'm saying the tractor. Sorry, Drain.
Shote's saying the tractor. Survey says it's the tractor. It's the tractor by almost $6,000.
All right then.
Congratulations, Shote. That is going to get you 1 season point.
Excellent. I'm going to race Drain in a tractor next time.
Be careful what you wish for. Bring me our final subject for the night, Space Punies.
All right.
Now you have to raise it. Space Punies.
Hello.
How was that GT4?
Interesting, but much better with the added force feedback.
You
on
brought
the
it up to
wheel.
15?
Yeah, so I could catch the slides earlier.
That's awesome. You were absolutely boring as hell to watch.
Great.
And that's the best compliment I could give you.
I'll take it.
You had no one in front of you, no one behind you, and you didn't fuck up. So, on the other hand, here's your challenge. And due to the roll of the dice, I think you got the best one.
Oh, really?
You ready?
Okay.
It is an 18,000 mile 458 Spider or an 18 McLaren 720S. Let me tell you a little bit about the options here. The Ferrari's got 18,000 miles on it, which it says right up there at the top. It was initially sold in Spring Valley, New York. It was acquired by this seller in 17. As I'm sure you know, this is a 4.5 liter dual overhead cam V8, naturally aspirated 7-speed dual clutch. Being naturally aspirated, of course, and revving as high as it does, it's a 562 horse, 398 foot-pound car, which is substantially less powerful than the McLaren that we will talk about here in a second. Basically, carbon fiber everything, lead everything. It's on 235s up front, 295s in the rear. It's running Pilot Super Sports, which is kind of weird. You'd almost expect it to be on Sport Cups if you're going to be that kind of guy that buys a 458 Spider. It is a convertible, obviously. Well, I mean, technically it's a Spider. It's its own thing. But you know what I'm trying to say here. You can see the sky from inside the car. Semantics. It's got a Getrag 7-speed dual clutch. And they thought it would be useful to provide the MSRP, which was $329,000.
That's useful.
The McLaren, on the other hand, 7,000 miles.
How many of those on just the electric motor?
That's a really great question. Carbon Fiber 1, a stealth pack. Don't know what that means. Sport exhaust system. It's finished in Glacier White. It's a 4-liter V8, but twin turbocharged, which explains why it makes 710 horsepower and 468 foot-pounds. It is an absolute monster. Heated seats, adjustable everything, flat bottom steering wheel, Gorilla Glass uppers, front splitter, rear diffuser, carbon everywhere. Obviously, it's rear-wheel drive, fixed back seats, so these are effectively racing seats. What is this? And these seats are FIA certified with an expiration in 2028. And it's got all the documentation.
You have 4 years left on your seats.
For 4 years left on your seats before they don't let you track them.
Goodness.
So the 18,000 mile 458, which is naturally aspirated, but by far the weaker car, or the, what did I say, 7,000 mile?
Yeah. Did that also come with the MSRP?
No, the seller did not provide the MSRP here, so
Shucks.
you're flying blind.
Okay. I mean, who knows? Honestly, I'm just going to go with the idea of someone trying to resell a hybrid compared to a Ferrari, and I would have to go with a Ferrari being commanding more money afterwards. And secretly, behind the scenes, this is a 50-50 guess. I got no idea.
So you're going to make a call, and then I'm going to tell you what I think of it.
Yeah.
Make your call.
450, the 458.
My logic is that when in doubt, Spider.
Yeah.
The Spider just adds 50 grand, and no matter what you're doing, it just adds money.
I will concur with that.
Let's see if you are correct.
Oh,
28 grand
all
difference.
Right.
The car is 3 years older, 10,000 miles more driven, 300 horsepower less powerful.
Whew.
Naturally aspirated, does not come with FIA certified seats, sir. And like we were talking about Porsche people being nuts and Volvo people being nuts, Ferrari people are nuts. And I don't think that McLaren people, frankly, identify themselves in public for reasons like this. So,
yeah.
I do believe that gets you 1 challenge point for the season. Space Punies, bringing you up a notch, and we'll calculate all that later. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go hit the danger button on the pod or on the alerts here and summon everybody back out to set up for the final race.
I'll stay up.